Good evening. The City of Castle Hills City Council will convene into special meeting on July 9th at 5:29, sorry for being late, in the council chambers located at 209 Linwood Drive, Castle Hills, Texas. We're going to call the Castle Hills Special City Council meeting to order and determine if a quorum is present.
I'd like to cancel the meeting, Mr. Mayor, based on the information that we received.
I will second that.
We have a first and we have a second. Mr. Schnall, did you have any comments?
Mayor, in view of the motion to cancel the meeting and the second, if there needs to be an explanation, I will provide one. Otherwise, the council can proceed as it determines.
Thank you, sir. We have a first by Ms. Winger, a second by Mr. Sanderson. All in favor?
What's all this about?
Yeah.
We have,
Okay.
Kind of like to know why.
okay. Mr. McCormick wants to know why. Mr. Sanderson, or I'm sorry, Mr. Schnall, would you like to provide any comments?
I don't know why I voted yes, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me? I don't know whether the vote was taken or not. I heard someone ask for an explanation. I heard you ask for an explanation. I'm glad to give the explanation if that's the will of the council.
I'd like to know because I have no idea.
It appears everybody wants to know, Mr. Schnall.
Okay. So, if you could open item number 1.
Yes, sir. Discussion and possible action on whether to call for a special called meeting or whether call for a special called meeting on consultation with Attorney Mark Anthony Sanchez on personal issue was done in compliance with Texas Open Meetings Act.
Okay.
Mr. Schnall.
So, the explanation, I think, for the motion to cancel the meeting was that the mayor was advised yesterday by a citizen who informed the mayor that there was a question about whether a member of the governing body had officially and timely taken the oath of office as a member of the governing body. Section 22.005 of the Texas Local Government Code provides that a person who is elected to a municipal office under the Local Government Code must take and sign the official oath of office before beginning to perform the duties of the office. Section 602.002 of the Texas Government Code lists persons who may administer oaths in Texas. The list includes judges of a municipal court, judges or commissioners of a court of record, justices of the peace, other judges, notary publics, certain state officials, and a peace officer if the oath is administered when the officer is engaged in the performance of the officer's duties and the administration of the oath relates to the officer's duties. Section 22.007 of the Texas Local Government Code provides that if a municipal officer elect fails to qualify for office within 30 days after the date of the officer's election, the office is considered vacant. The citizen allegation was that Sheriff Salazar is not a person authorized to administer oaths except in the performance of his duties, and the administration of the oath relates to the officer's duties. An online search of records of the Secretary of State's office indicated that no one named Javier Salazar in Bexar County is currently a notary public. An inquiry, as I understand it, I was advised that an inquiry was made directly to Sheriff Salazar, who also stated that he is not currently a notary public. I would ask the mayor to confirm that. And so the citizen's allegation that Sheriff Salazar was not acting in performance of his duties as a peace officer means that his administration of the oath of office to Ms. Gonzalez was not an official oath taking, and that unless Ms. Gonzalez took the oath of office within 30 days of her election, that is by June 3, 2019, from someone who was authorized to administer an oath of office in Texas pursuant to Chapter 602 of the Texas Government Code, her office of place 3 on this governing body is considered to be vacant. And that is the explanation. Mayor, if you could confirm your conversation with Sheriff Salazar.
Question.
Yes, sir, Mr. McCormick.
Yes. Since that position was vacant after approximately June 5th, does that mean that all votes taken by Ms. Gonzalez after June 5th were null and void? And
No.
all those 3-2 votes were ties?
At this point, it is too soon to say what, if any, consequence there would be in that regard. The cancellation of this meeting will give council an opportunity, the legal counsel an opportunity to determine if there are any other avenues that might be available for the individual involved, if she wishes that investigation to be undertaken by the city's attorneys, and also for the city's legal counsel to determine what impact this situation has on any votes of the governing body where the person holding place 3 his vote was determinative.
I have a question. Can we appoint her as we have done in the past? To fill the vacancy?
Mr. Schnall, if I may, just so council.
Well, I'd like to have my question answered.
So, and I wanted to take a moment to find exactly the right quote from the statutes. Section 22.010 of the Texas Local Government Code says that if for any reason a single vacancy exists on the governing body of the municipality, a majority of the remaining members who are present and voting, excluding the mayor, may fill the vacancy by appointment unless an election is required under the Constitution. The mayor may vote on the appointment only if there is a tie.
I'd then like to move to appoint Sylvia Gonzalez to the seat that she was elected to.
I second that.
It is not on the agenda. We cannot take council cannot take
So
action.
when can we do that?
Council cannot take action on any item unless and until it is
Okay.
on a
Can you
posted
please-
agenda.
Ms.
for
Winger, can you let Mr. Schnall finish, please? Thank you.
Yes.
The city council cannot take action tonight because the agenda does not cover this point. As I said a few minutes ago, this issue was first raised to the mayor yesterday afternoon and first brought to the attention of the city attorney at about 11 o'clock this morning. It is not on the agenda for this evening's special meeting, which we're in now, or this evening's 6:30 regular meeting. An agenda would have to be prepared, posted, and for at least 72 hours with an appropriate agenda item for the council to act in that regard.
Okay, so I would like to move to have a special call meeting Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for that purpose.
And again, no action can be taken at this time at this meeting. This is not an action item that can be done at this
So how do we
time.
call a special call meeting? We can do that if 3 people vote for it.
You cannot do that at this meeting because there is no agenda item that tells the public in advance of this meeting that you might take this action. The Open Meetings Act requires that the date, place, and subject of every item to be dealt with by the city's governing body must be provided to the public, posted at City Hall on the city website at least 72 hours before the meeting.
Thank you,
So-
Mr. Schnall. And council, I think
I
the
would
underlying,
like-
Ms. Winger, I have the floor, please. The underlying issue here is there are a lot of questions that we do not know the answers to, and I think we need to give our council the time to do their research and the due diligence to determine where the city stands and ensure that we don't incur more liability than we already have. Mr. Schnall, do you have a recommendation?
At this point, Mayor, I think there was a motion to cancel this meeting. made by Ms. Wenger and seconded by Mr. Sanderson. That motion is an active motion and can be considered. It's akin to a motion to adjourn.
Perfect, thank
Actually,
you,
we
Mr.
voted on it. Actually, we voted on it.
Well, then the meeting was adjourned before I gave all my talk, and I thought that there was an understanding that hadn't happened.
I think your
So be
talk
it.
was still valuable regardless.
Okay, so we have a first by Ms. Winger, a second by Mr. Sanderson to table the meeting. All in favor? All opposed? Oh, Ms. Winger, is that for or against? Ms. Winger,
I said to cancel the meeting.
right?
Yes. I
Okay,
voted
so
to cancel.
unanimous, we're going to be canceling this meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
No, sir, this only canceled the 5:15 meeting. So- We can't cancel the 6:30 meeting until the 6:30 meeting is on the, till the clock ticks 6:30.